which one's worse, Chicago or Portland, which loss? Definitely losing to Portland is worse, but the Raptors blew a win against Chicago, a clear win that they had in their hand that they dropped. They never really looked like they were going to win this game. Portland outplayed us and got the win, and I wouldn't even call this a wake-up call. This could be the wake-up call for you if you didn't understand what this team was, but Toronto seems to me like they are pretty much showing their true colors. Yet another season where it's the curse of me calling it a scheduled win. But you're at home, you're 10-point favorites against the Portland Trailblazers. It's as scheduled of a win as you can possibly have. You simply had to win this game. Not to mention the fact that your next game is against the Milwaukee Bucks, a likely loss. And the game after that, back-to-back nights, is against the Philadelphia 76ers in Philadelphia. That's not an easy game either. And it doesn't get easier next week. The Spurs aren't an easy game. Then you have Dallas and Boston. Raptors are staring 1-5 in the face right now. Very much staring 1-5 in the face. And it's down to a blatantly horrific performance against Portland. The biggest question going into the season was the half-court offense for me. And it should have been your biggest question as well. It doesn't matter what coach you have here. The coach can be different. But if you can't space the floor, it doesn't matter what the coach wants to run. It doesn't matter the way Darko wants to run the offense, how he wants his team to play. You can't space the floor. You can't do it. You can't. The coach can't implement the system he wants to implement. So I'm not going to go all out against Darko or anything. I can't really blame him. Who the hell could win with this team? Who the hell could win with this team right now? Because your starters are filling up the stat sheet. All 5 starters registered 10 points. Your bench still isn't good. That's something you have to live with. But on top of all that, to get around the bad bench, you need to have spacing. You need to have an efficient half-court offense, which requires spacing, which requires shooting. We were faced with a test of a late game, tight game, half-court battle, and once again, we don't come through. 17 fourth-quarter points. I was worried all summer what this team would look like in late fourth-quarter settings. We have our answer. It was 86-85 for the Blazers. Late in the game, we only managed to score 6 more. They managed 14 more. We don't even sniff 100 against the Blazers. An insane stat. And the biggest thing it comes down to is roster construction. Because you shoot 4 of 29 from 3, 13.8%, and it's almost like, yeah, are you surprised by that number? Because frankly, I'm not really that surprised by it. Your starting 5 consists of 4 relatively non-shooters. The one shooter I'd say you have in your starting 5 is OG, who went 2 of 9. Siakam went 0 of 6 from 3. Barnes 1 of 4. Schroeder 1 of 3. Like, yeah, Siakam can hit. He's not efficient. Yeah, Schroeder can hit when he's standing still, but he's still not that efficient. He's a low 30 shooter, as is Siakam. Barnes is a low 30 shooter. You're looking better this season, but like you're gonna really struggle to get a consistent, potent half-court offense if you can't space the floor, and we can't. And the guys you want to space the floor, like the guy you need to space the floor, is Gary Trent, who took 1 3 tonight. Gary Trent, I'm sorry to say, has no interior bag. Like, he can hit a mid-range every now and then, but he is here to hit threes. He is here to shoot threes. He took 1 tonight. And a guy who wants to get this big extension had 3 points off the bench. Malcolm Brogdon got discarded this offseason, and he had 21 points off the bench. 21 points off the bench for Malcolm Brogdon. Best player on the court tonight. Easily. Our bench combined, 17 points. So, like, you want to know why our bench didn't get minutes last year? You want to know why Barnes had to play 37? Siakam has played 35. Like, you want to know why they played even more last year? Because this is what your bench looks like. It doesn't give you anything. McDaniels, like, I'm sorry, is Otto Porter that much of a black hole? You can't play him. I know he got 5 minutes, McDaniels, but come on. Malachi Flynn gets 15. To be honest, he wasn't that bad today. He wasn't that good either. Boucher, as hot and cold as can be. Trent was useless. Grady Dick, you know what? Positive play out of Grady Dick. The threes are going to come, but they're not here yet, and it's unfortunate that we have to lean so heavily on him. But 0-3 from 3 here. So I don't know what you want me to say for this team. All summer, we were scared about the spacing. We were scared about the half-court offense. We were scared about the drop coverage and pick and rolls because Schroeder doesn't have the pull-up jumper, and the shooting around him isn't making up enough space isn't spacing the floor enough to make up for that. So this is the game you're prone to. We saw it in the fourth quarter against Chicago. To be honest, this is how we looked against Minnesota, except Minnesota kind of gave us a helping hand there. So when a team shuts down the paint late or at any time, like if a team like the Portland Trailblazers can do it, oh my goodness, what is it going to look like against better teams? Because we haven't faced a superpower in the league yet. The Sixers are good, yeah, and they made comfortable work of us. But we haven't played a great team yet. We do on Wednesday. So we'll really see. When Giannis and Lopez are in the paint, what the hell is that offense going to look like? Because right now, there's no answers when you can't get to the rim. Barnes and Siakam are fighting their way there. But Barnes and Siakam have to do all this extra work to get to the rim, burdening them with the interior game, making it way more difficult on them, when you really should have planned your offseason to make it easier for them. But it didn't happen. So the Inquisition, once again, has to go against the front office. Like Darko, it's like a chef is only as good as his groceries, as his ingredients. You give him the off-brand stuff, you score only 91 points against the Portland Trailblazers at home. God damn. Some of you paid expensive ass Raptors tickets tonight to watch that. I can't believe it. Looking at the team stats before we go. Offensive rebounding, I thought it seemed worse than this. We had 14 or 13. It seemed worse. It really did. But the difference is they don't even shoot well, but they shoot way better than us. They go 11 of 35, which is 31%. Hell of a lot better than 14 and 4 of 29. So you can win the possession battle all you want. You can win the turnover battle all you want. You can win the offensive rebounding battle all you want. Until you figure out how you're going to space the floor, you're going to be prone to games like this. I said after the Bulls game, we're susceptible to this, and it's not going to be the only time a game like this happens. I didn't think it would happen just a mere 3 days later against maybe the worst team in the NBA. So where do we go from here? All you can go is forward. We're staring 1-5 in the face. Even at that point, it gets harder. I'm not going to say like we're going to lose for sure, but I don't anticipate a kind spread against the Bucks. What's that spread going to look like? What's that spread against the Bucks going to look like? We had a 10-point spread tonight, but we're in Toronto. What's that spread? 8? Guessing. Not going to be an easy game. So where we go? I don't have any doom and gloom after 4 games, but this is what I knew was a possibility. So, we'll give a new coach, Darko, some time to try and sort this out, but I think he's going to have a lot of difficulty doing it. It's going to be hard to solve this when you don't have guys who can shoot, and the guys that can shoot won't shoot and aren't hitting them. They're barely shooting and not hitting the ones they are shooting. Raptors. I don't need 20 games to know when a team is not good. We just got an average team. Shit needs to change. We got 5 guys to do the same shit. Well, I wouldn't say 5, but I hear what you're saying. The team makes no sense. Made no sense last year, and it makes less sense this year. You took last year's team, you made it slightly worse. You made it less gave it less spacing. That's it. I don't know. So for that reason, you embarrass yourself against the Blazers. You don't even sniff 100, and you're staring 1-5 in the face. You can't score. You can't win. You can have amazing defense again. You limit another team to under 100 points. But in the end, it doesn't matter if you can't score. And that's where we are with the Toronto Raptors in its current day. So guys, if you're enjoying, drop a like. Do Raptors content like this for every Raptors game, and subscribe for more just like it. Again, every Raptors game I try to do something like this. So I would appreciate the subscription and joining the Amateur Hour Army.